People ask us all the time what the real maintenance costs are on Rotax engines compared to Lycoming or Continental, so let's talk about it in a simple way, based on real-world flying and real-world numbers. First, fuel burn. A typical Rotax 912 IS burns around 4 to 5 gallons per hour in cruise. The Rotax 915 IS is usually around 7.5 to 8.5 gallons per hour. Now, if you compare that to a Lycoming 0320 or 0360, you're normally looking at about 8 to 10 gallons per hour in cruise. And a big Continental IO 550 can be 14 to 17 gallons per hour. So in most cases, a Rotax burns 30 to 50% less fuel. And the bonus is, Rotax can run on unleaded autofuel, which is usually cheaper than avgas. Then people ask about oil usage and oil changes. On a Rotax 912 IS or 915 IS, you normally change the oil every 100 hours when you run unleaded fuel. If you fly only avgas, then it's around every 50 hours. Oil capacity is about 3 quarts, and a full oil change with the filter is usually $50 to $90. On a Lycoming, oil changes are usually every 50 hours. The engine holds 6 to 8 quarts, and a typical oil change is more like $120 to $180. Plus, Lycomings often burn more oil in flight, sometimes 0.3 to 0.5 quarts per hour, while Rotax engines are usually down around 0.05 to 0.1 quarts per hour. When it comes to scheduled maintenance, a normal 100-hour or annual on a Rotax is often in the $500 to $1,200 range, depending on labor rates and the shop. Parts like spark plugs are automotive style and cheap, usually under $10 each. On a Lycoming or Continental, annuals can often be $1,500 to $3,500 or more, and you also have magneto inspections every 500 hours, which can cost $800 to $1,200 per magneto. Then, of course, there is TBO and overhauls. Most Rotax 912 IS and 915 IS engines are at 2,000 to 2,500 hours TBO, and the overhaul cost is normally $18,000 to $28,000. A Lycoming 0320 or 0360 is usually 2,000 hours TBO, with overhaul costs often in the $25,000 to $35,000 range. And the big Continental IO 550 is often $40,000 to $55,000 to overhaul. So when you look at the full picture, fuel, oil, inspections, and overhaul, a Rotax engine usually ends up with a much lower cost per flight hour, especially for light sport and training missions. In the real world, most operators see around $25 to $40 per hour on a 912 IS and $45 to $60 per hour on a 915 IS versus $70 to $100 per hour or more on a typical Lycoming 4-cylinder